You've likely seen a standard vlog opening, where a static title simply pops onto the screen. Compare that to a high-end, rapid-fire decryption effect, where the text scrambles like a hacker breaking into a mainframe. If you try to build that scrambling effect manually, you end up cutting out and animating every single letter, frame by frame. It is a tedious, incredibly inefficient way to work. To do this properly, you need to use live text layers. Live text layers are special elements in animation software that let you control individual letters without separating them into different tracks. Think of your text as a line of identical masked secret agents, perfectly still, waiting for a command. This diagram shows a range selector in action. A range selector is a built-in targeting tool that tells the software exactly which part of your text should animate at any given moment. You can picture it as a magic flashlight sweeping across your line of secret agents. Only the agents caught directly in the beam are forced to rapidly change their identities. Instead of manually adjusting dozens of individual letters over time, you simply animate the movement of the flashlight. The software does the heavy lifting, instantly updating any letter that the beam touches. This automated targeting system shifts the work from manual labor to logical control. You stop managing individual characters and start directing the behavior of the entire word at once. The fastest way to apply this flashlight concept is by using the decoder fade. The decoder fade is a pre-packaged animation effect in After Effects that automatically randomizes characters as they appear on screen. This preset relies on two specific mechanical rules. The first is opacity. The effect commands the letters to transition from 0% visibility to 100% solid as the flashlight sweeps across them. The second mechanic is character offset, mathematically shifting a letter's identity by specific places. Speeding up that math rapidly cycles through alphabetical shifts. The letters scramble wildly before locking into the final word, creating the illusion of cracking a password. The math creates a brilliant illusion. However, if you apply this exact offset to a standard piece of typography, your carefully crafted visual layout will break almost immediately. In a proportional font, letters take only the space they need. A W takes a wide block, an I requires none. Cycling between wide and narrow letters makes the width fluctuate every frame, causing the text block to violently jitter. The common workaround is to use a monospaced font. This is a typewriter-style typeface where every character is forced into the exact same uniform width. It solves the jittering, but it forces you to abandon your specific brand typography. To preserve your specific brand's font and eliminate the jitter, industry professionals rely on a specific spatial hack. You begin by intentionally typing your text vertically, flowing straight down the screen rather than across. This diagram illustrates the two-step rotation process. First, within the text animator, you rotate each individual character 90 degrees clockwise. Second, you take the entire text layer and rotate it -90 degrees counterclockwise. Animation software calculates vertical line height as perfectly rigid and uniform. By twisting letters sideways and rotating the structure back, you trick the program into applying that rigid vertical stability to your horizontal text. Your custom font stays perfectly locked in place while the characters cycle. At this stage, your animation is mechanically stable, but because the letters decode in a strict sequence from left to right, the movement feels stiff, robotic, and a bit too much like an old computer terminal. We solve this by opening the Advanced Properties tab. This menu is your physics control center, allowing you to manipulate the underlying momentum of the transition. This graph compares two transition shapes. By default, the software uses a square shape, which snaps the letters on and off abruptly. By changing the shape to ramp up, you instruct the letters to fade in gradually along a smooth, ascending slope. Looking at that new curve, we apply two parameters called ease high and ease low, setting both to 50%. These settings act like digital brakes and accelerators, causing the animation to burst out of the gate with high energy before gliding gently to a stop. Finally, we engage the Randomize Order switch. Randomize Order is a toggle that commands our magic flashlight beam to jump unpredictably across the word, completely breaking the rigid left-to-right sequence. The letters erupt onto the screen in a chaotic, energetic scramble. The physics naturally slow the momentum down. allowing the characters to settle smoothly into your perfectly stable brand name. Combining the logic of the character offset, the spatial rotation hack, and these custom easing curves transforms a rigid digital tool into a fluid piece of brand identity.